Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium Singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium Singles ladder. And we have a brand new season here today, as well as a brand new team. I'm actually recording this video on the day that the new season has started, but as I have mentioned before, it's a new season because there's a new season every month. However, the rules are the same. There is no changes in the legal Pokemon for the month of December, even though the DLC is coming out in 2 weeks. I don't know if they'll do like they did last time, where when the DLC came out, they made it so that the new legendary Pokemon were legal in the middle of the month. I don't know if they'll do that. I hope they do. But either way, we have the same format, same rule set, same old Pokemon. However, I have a new team today, and as you can see, I'm trying out a couple new things. Well, to me, there's one particularly new thing and a pretty exciting thing, and then there's another Pokemon that doesn't really see much play that I have used before. Let's just talk about the team though. Here's the team that I built. I was testing it, and it actually did surprisingly well for me. Now, I guess I'll just start going from the top, and then we'll talk about the cool Pokemon I'm trying out. We have pretty traditional Annihilape that I've been liking a lot, which is kind of a lead Annihilape with Stealth Rock and Taunt, max attack, max speed, and then Terra Water. This time I'm holding a Covert Cloak though, which I've seen, or which I've realized is a pretty solid item as well. So nothing new there. Then we have a Flutter Mane set, which is a little different than I've run in the past. I mean, Flutter Mane is just such an insane Pokemon. There's so many different sets you can run with it. This is max special attack and max speed with these 4 moves here, and we have the Focus Sash as instead of the Booster Energy. But we have Thunder Wave and Taunt, importantly, to kind of shut down other Pokemon. I've actually been seeing a lot of Thunder Wave Flutter Mane on ladder when I've been testing. So it seems like a common thing that Flutter Mane's using these days, and Taunt is always good. And then of course we have Hex as our ghost type coverage because of Thunder Wave. So if we can paralyze something, Hex is going to be extremely powerful. And then Moonblast is like, the move that you use with Flutter Mane. Then we have a bulky Urshifu. It's max HP, max attack with 4 moves. When I started this team, I actually had these 2 Pokemon as kind of like the 2 Pokemon I started with. We had Urshifu and Moltres as like bulky Pokemon, like physical defender kind of Pokemon that could also do a lot of damage. But I just found, and honestly, I was running max HP, max defense. But I've just found that I think it's just better to be a little more aggressive with Urshifu. So I am just running a pretty standard build, I guess. I don't know. I'm not getting too creative with the EVs. Maybe I should, because Urshifu's another really good Pokemon that has a lot of potential. And I don't know. It feels like I don't know if I'm optimizing it by just going max attack, max HP, but we'll see. It's a good Pokemon. We're going to see. Personally, I've tried Urshifu, and personally, I've just never found success with it. Like, when I play against it, it's really good and scary. And then when I play with it, I just don't know how to use it. So hopefully this team will break that curse. Then we have the star of the team, I would say. This is Moltres. This is regular Moltres. I was looking at the legendary birds. I've been making a lot of teams with the Galarian birds. I still haven't made one with Galarian Zapdos yet. Well, I did in the past, in a previous season I did, but I want to revisit that. But anyways, Moltres' typing and stats actually caught my eye because it does get Roost. Sadly, its Galarian counterpart does not, which is very, very, very disappointing. But its typing is actually pretty decent in the meta these days. It's immune to Earthquake, it resists Fairy, it takes neutral damage from Ice, which is whatever, but also Ogerpon, which is another really strong Pokemon. I resist most of the moves that Ogerpon typically runs. I 4 times resist both of its stabs, which is huge. Well, specifically the Fire Ogerpon, by the way. So I resist Fire Ogerpon's stab, and I also resist Play Rough, which is a common move on Ogerpon. Though, this is not common at all, but I have run into a Rock Tomb Ogerpon, so you never know these days. But either way, Moltres seemed like it was in a pretty good place, and so this one has like, I think max HP, a good amount of defense investment, and then the rest of it in special attack. So I did calc that. I think I originally had the rest of it in speed, which allowed me to outspeed Dragonite, but this is fine. And also, here's another thing. When I first built this team, I actually had Will-O-Wisp on Moltres. but I have Flame Body, and there were some situations where the opposing physical attacker would like hit me and then they would get burned, and then what am I trying to say? Sorry. Like I had Will-O-Wisp and I was like, oh, you know, this is a little awkward because I can't really burn them anymore. So I don't know. It's been working really well for me. So I've been really liking Moltres, like I've been saying. It's a pretty awesome Pokemon. So there's Moltres there. We're gonna try it out. And again, in testing, it's been actually pretty good. Then we have Snorlax here, which is a different set than I've run. I started by running Curselax when the season was new. This is a pretty offensive Snorlax. I actually think I got this set from the Smogon website, and it's max attack with a lot of HP investment and then some defense investment. So it's pretty tanky. It can hit really hard. It has thick fat, which makes it effectively resist ice type, which is great, as well as fire, which is, you know, also pretty solid. And then we have, you know, Body Slam, Earthquake, Heavy Slam, and also Yawn, which has proven to be a very good move. So it pairs really nicely with Annihilape. We can get up Stealth Rock with Annihilape and then later on go into Snorlax and Yawn them. Kind of forces them to switch, which, you know, racks up that Stealth Rock damage. So that's pretty exciting. Finally, we have Iron Bundle. Nothing special about this one. I love Iron Bundle, and I've used this set many times in the past. It's just max special attack, max speed with booster energy, which makes it the fastest Pokemon in the game. And the only thing that would dare, you know, challenge it would be opposing Iron Bundles with a booster energy or Dragapult with a Choice Scarf, but that is not very common at all. But yeah, we've got Taunt, Freeze Dry, Hydro Pump, and then Terra Blast. I've been really liking Terra Steel on Iron Bundle. So this is the team here. You know, I made some changes from when I started laddering with it. And we're gonna see, you know, I hope that I can bring Moltres, but I do think it's in a pretty good spot in the meta. So I do think I can bring it. But the big thing to keep in mind is that the season has reset, so I'm back down in Great Ball tier, I believe. So we might not run into super meta teams, but we'll find out. Let's go to the games. All right, here we have game number 1. And my opponent has Water Ogerpon, which is honestly pretty decent against my team. You know, Water is good against Moltres, Grass is good against Urshifu. Yeah, so that's a little scary. And then Ivy Cudgel has a chance to crit, which can be good against my Snorlax. With that in mind, Snorlax seems kind of okay. I guess their Ursaluna is another Pokemon that I'm afraid of. So I think I want to bring Urshifu because it's tanky and it can actually do a lot of damage to a lot of their Pokemon. I kind of want to lead with it because leading with Annihilape might be obvious. And if I do, I actually don't think Annihilape has that many great matchups against this opponent. And yeah, I think a lot of potential counter leads they could have are good. I just don't think Annihilape's great in this matchup overall. From there, Flutter Mane is okay. The ability to paralyze stuff can help a lot, unless the Gardevoir has Synchronize. I do think I kind of want to bring Flutter Mane though, but again, the big scary thing is going to be that Ursaluna. My team should be a little better prepared against Ursaluna. I think I like Snorlax, and then I think I'm going to bring Flutter Mane from there. So we're going to try it out. I wish I could show off Moltres here, but I just don't think Moltres looks great in this matchup. It's not good against Garganacl because Salt Cure is 4 times super effective against me, and if I Terrastalize, Salt Cure also does more damage to me because Salt Cure does more residual damage if you are a Steel or a Water type. So pretty rough. And they lead with Gardevoir, which I was kind of expecting. Now, of course, the downside here is they are a Psychic type, so they can use their or Psychic or Fairy type move against me to do a lot of damage. I kind of wonder if they have Choice Scarf. I think it's kind of dumb for me to lose my Urshifu really early. Like, I'm tempted to stay in. It's possible I survive a hit. I could also Terrastalize, which honestly might not be that bad. Actually, I think I'm going to do that, because that removes my weaknesses, and if they stay in, they're pretty much dead. They do switch. The only Pokemon that I don't want them to switch into is Roaring Moon. Oh, or this, of course, also Ogerpon, yeah, so, not fantastic for me. However, I will get off some, no, they have Water Absorb, never mind. I was gonna say, I will get off some good damage, but of course, They do have Water Absorb, so that's a good prediction on their part. I think it's pretty obvious that they brought the Ogerpon. Like, it should have been obvious to me that they brought the Ogerpon, so I think that was probably not the smartest play on my part. Now, of course, they can just go for, like, Horn Leech. I think I just need to stay in for now. Just get off some damage first and foremost. Yeah, they'll attack first. I should survive a Horn Leech. I think this is probably dumb for me to stay in, but I think Urshifu's more tanky on the physical side, so I have a higher chance of surviving this hit than Gardevoir's like Psychic or Moonblast, for example. So they go Horn Leech, and I don't take that super well, but I do take it for what it's worth. And then we get some pretty good damage on them. So if we were to survive a second one, we would knock them out here. However, I don't think I can, well, I'm not going to stay in at all. I think we just go into Snorlax then, and then we can go for Yawn and just go from there. We're going to take some damage from this Horn Leech, and if they follow it up with a Cudgel, that will also do some pretty good damage. So this isn't fantastic for me, but if they just go Horn Leech here, we're in an okay spot. We take that decently well. They're going to recover a lot of health because Snorlax just has such a massive HP stat. But this does allow me to get off the Yawn. I also have leftovers, so that's a little bit of nice recovery. I could go Body Slam. I'm going to Yawn. The worst case scenario is if they go into Garganacl. They do go Leech Seed, though, which is actually really annoying. But we kind of get a free switch here because if they stay in, they're gonna be put to sleep. Leech Seed is very annoying, though, because they're going to get a lot more recovery. But I am going to go ahead and switch here, and if they happen to stay in and go for a move, I kind of, I don't know if I'm okay with that, but I'm going to switch into Urshifu, I think. Because I just want to keep Flutter Mane's Focus Sash intact for as long as possible. So we're going to go into Urshifu here. They do switch, which is nice. I think Urshifu is a nice reset, unless, once again, they go into Roaring Moon. They go back into Gardevoir, which I'm okay with. I do have Aqua Jet. They trace my Thick Fat, which doesn't matter because I don't have any Ice or Fire type moves. Go into Urshifu, and I think I just go for the Surging Strikes. Oh, well then that's probably obvious that they go right back into Ogerpon, right? I'm going to Ice Punch, just see what happens, get off some damage on them. Gardevoir's pretty frail, so if they do stay in, yeah, and if they switch here, we do get a hit on their Ogerpon. I don't know if it'll kill, though, because they got a lot of recovery, yeah. So this is neutral. No freeze? I wonder if they're going to expect me to switch into Snorlax. At that point, they don't lose anything by going for Horn Leech, right? So if I stay in, I'm dead. Yeah, I think we... You know what? I'm gonna Drain Punch. If they kill me here, it's unfortunate, but it gives me some momentum. Yeah, they do go Horn Leech. Okay. Yeah, I mean, they didn't really lose anything by doing that, but I don't know. I just think that it was probably for the better. We are already off to a not great start here. Flutter Mane is good. I think I just want to go into Snorlax. Thing is, Leech Seed is kind of free for them. So I guess I'll just go Flutter Mane here, and I think I'm just going to go... I guess I'll start with Thunder Wave. I could Taunt. I'm going to Thunder Wave. I don't know. This is not a fantastic start for us. Okay, they switch. Hopefully they go into Roaring Moon now. Oh, okay, this is nice. Yeah, this is great. Paralyzing this is great. Okay. So now the question is, do I switch to keep my Focus Sash intact? Importantly, they did not have a booster energy item, so they're probably choiced. Huh. How well can Snorlax take a hit? I don't think it could take it super well. But knowing the rest of their team now, I think Flutter Mane's more important. It is possible Flutter Mane can win by itself, though it is also possible my opponent can win this game because they are far ahead. But I'm going to switch into Snorlax here just because it's so slow. Oh, they have Toxic. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. Because it's so slow, like, you know, I don't think I have a fantastic shot at them. And like, they have 2 special attackers, and Snorlax is great at special defense, but they also have Ogerpon, who's a lot faster than Snorlax and has Leech Seed and has, you know, Ivy Cudgel and stuff to do a lot of damage. So I think we're just going to stay in and go for Body Slam. Of course, I could just go Earthquake for kind of a free kill, but if they switch here, I'd rather catch them with the Body Slam. I really hope they switch, because if they switch and we can get a lot of damage on that Ogerpon, that's going to be great. Or the Gardevoir, for that matter. They do switch. I'm really happy about this. So now they go into the Ogerpon. If we can paralyze them, we're going to have a great chance at winning this. That's a lot of damage. We do not paralyze them. Okay. But now I can go for Body Slam again, and they're kind of forced to either Horn Leech or switch. They can't go for Leech Seed here, because if they go Leech Seed, they're dead. So they have to go Horn Leech to get some recovery. Or they switch into something else. Yeah, they do go Horn Leech. I just chose Body Slam just because, again, we have a chance to paralyze them, and it keeps it in the same like position where we kind of have them where we want them in a lot of ways. Now, the last Pokemon that I'm scared of is that Gardevoir, because I'm assuming it has a Choice Scarf. It makes sense for them to have a Choice Scarf on it, which means it'll be faster than my Flutter Mane. I guess at that point though, I could just paralyze it though. Yeah, so let's go Body Slam here. Once again, they are forced to Horn Leech. That means I can go into my Flutter Mane and hopefully knock them out. Now, here's the problem. If they Terrastalize, they get a special defense boost. So there's a chance that we don't knock them out if they Terrastalize here. However, I think it's kind of risky for them to Terrastalize because they're so low on health. So if they just Terrastalize here and then I happen to knock them out, they kind of wasted it. But we'll see what happens here. They don't Terrastalize, so we should kill them here. Yeah, perfect. The game is not over, but we're in a pretty solid position. If they go into Gardevoir, I'm going to click Thunder Wave. And yeah, honestly, I think that we're probably, if I'm being honest, probably losing this one just because they have 2 Pokemon left. We have to get really lucky for that to not be the case. Now, unless they're Terra Ground or Terra Electric, which is extremely unlikely on a Gardevoir, I wonder if I taunt. No, I'm just gonna Thunder Wave. We're gonna see what happens here. I'm on the back foot anyway, so I kind of just need like some luck here, I guess. We're just gonna play to our outs, I guess you could say. They use Psyshock, okay. So that is important because that means we're probably dead if we don't kill them here. They could have Focus Sash. And I mean, honestly, even if we knock them out here, even if they do not have Focus Sash, I don't think we knock out Iron Moth with... Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, okay. Good game, good game. We did what we could. Yeah, that Ogerpon, it's one of those things where, honestly, my opponent had 3 Pokemon that I don't feel super well prepared for. They had Garganacl, Ogerpon, and Ursaluna, which is obviously something I need to keep in mind when building my team. But, you know, when I sacrificed Urshifu, I feel like I was being cognizant of what Urshifu could do and its importance on the team, and I decided to basically sacrifice it because, like, you know, with the momentum of the battle, I felt like it was more valuable for me to let it die there. It would have been valuable later on. Maybe I should have identified that Snorlax was probably the weakest member, so I should have just kind of let Snorlax die. But the problem with Snorlax, like sacrificing it, is it's so tanky that it would take multiple moves to take it down, and the opponent could just Leech Seed it like they did, and they just basically, like, and since they have Horn Leech and Leech Seed, they would get so much recovery off Snorlax, it would be kind of like I was wasting Snorlax, if that makes any sense. Whereas at least by sacrificing Urshifu, I had some momentum. I don't know. But yeah, let's go to game 2 and hope we can show off more of the team. Game number 2, we've got a Blood Moon Ursaluna once again. We also have Cresselia, which is terrifying. However, Flutter Mane does have Taunt, so does Annihilape. So I think the fact that we have Taunt really helps us against Cresselia. And they have Dragonite, which has been really scary. So overall, my opponent's team is scary. I like leading Annihilape, though I think that's kind of obvious. If I lead Annihilape and they lead either Urshifu or Ogerpon, we're in trouble. But if we lead Annihilape and they lead almost anything else, we're kind of in a decent spot. I guess if they lead Ogerpon, there's a chance I could Terra, but that's kind of weird. This actually might be the game where we show off Moltres, though, because they do have Ogerpon and Dragonite, and that's kind of it. If we want to take on the... I guess they have their 2 water types, so we could Terra Water. So I do want to... I think I want to bring Moltres to try to show it off, and we'll probably end up Terrastalizing that. I think I like Flutter Mane here just because it's fast, and I also really want to get up Stealth Rock, but do I bring both of my ghost types? I think I do. Urshifu's not bad here either, though. I kind of like Urshifu. Honestly, all of my Pokemon, there's like a decent argument for all of them, but I have to make a choice. I think I really want Stealth Rock here. I definitely want Moltres, and then the question is, which of these two am I bringing? And I think that's just going to be Flutter Mane just because it has Thunder Wave, so it kind of, you know, it kind of has a chance against almost anything with Thunder Wave and Taunt and the Focus Sash. It means that it can survive a hit against almost anything and kind of, you know, stop them from what they're trying to do. And even against, you know, Pokemon like Urshifu, like I'm faster than it, and I have, you know, Moonblast, which is super effective. So it just feels like it has a lot of good options against everything. They do lead Urshifu though, and it is Dark Urshifu, which is something you don't typically see, but this is a Pokemon that's actually pretty scary. I think I'm gonna Drain Punch first, although I'm gonna Drain Punch first. I know I said, oh, I'm faster, wow. I know I said I would love to get up Stealth Rock, but I just kind of feel like this is kind of where I want to go, because they're probably going to Swords Dance. Yeah, they have Focus Sash. Which is kind of weird, because if I was faster than them, that means obviously they don't have... yeah, I predicted the Sucker Punch here, went for Stealth Rock. That means they don't have speed investment, or they have a little bit of speed investment, which means they have some investment in bulk, which I don't think is, like, that's kind of weird with a Focus Sash. Now the question is, do I just let my Annihilape die here? I know that they have Sucker Punch. I think I just have to go for it. I think they're smart. Yeah, they're smart to just go for Sucker Punch again. Like, they don't really lose anything for doing that. I guess now I go into Moltres, which once again, I did say I would Terrastalize. So, oh, here's a cool thing. I have Ancient Power. I removed Will-O-Wisp just because I felt like I wasn't using it as much, although I feel like there will be situations where I'll miss it. But I did add Ancient Power just for the, kind of for the lulz, but also for the chance that I can boost all of my stats, which would be amazing. So, yeah, I think there's a chance I'm faster than them. Maybe not, though. Unless they have, if they have 0 speed, then I'm faster. And they also might not know what to do here because, you know, they might not go for Sucker Punch because they might not know. But this is a small random detail, but like notice how he's looking up. That's kind of interesting. I didn't realize that they did that. Like they animated it so that the Pokemon look up. Oh, they're faster. Okay, this is going to do a lot. Yeah, maybe I'll, well, I hope I don't burn actually. All right, that did so much damage. But it is always a crit, obviously. Stat boost. Oh, I got it. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, well, we're rolling here. We're going to sweep with Moltres. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to get my hopes up too high because obviously I took a ton of damage there. I do have Roost, and once again, I have Terra Water, so if they go into like Azumarill, I'm actually in an okay spot unless they play kind of smart and like predict and go for Belly Drum or something, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. They do go Cresselia, which I am not happy to see. So we might have to waste our boosts, honestly. I'm going to Hurricane right off the bat, just see what happens here. See how much it does. Oh, no way. Oh my god. Wow, my opponent must be so annoyed. But they go Trick Room, though. Huh. I'm going to Flamethrower. I don't want to miss a Hurricane. So now they're faster. They Lunar Dance. Wow. Interesting team. I feel like they're going to go into Blood Moon or Ursaluna now. Okay. Huh. So I'm pretty much dead here, which really sucks. Because they're going to go into, presumably, Blood Moon or Ursaluna. And it just kind of turns the battle on its head. Now, it is 3v1 now. So they get the Stealth Rock, but then I think they get the Lunar... Oh, they don't get the Lunar Dance recovery. Okay. I don't think I need to Terra, because they're faster than us, which means we're pretty much dead. So, oh, this is actually rough. Is there any way we can stall this out? We did get a special defense boost, but I feel like they're just going to go Blood Moon here. And that's just going to do massive damage. It's probably Terra Normal. Huh. Yeah, I think we're going to lose. Because if we... Like, Flutter Mane has a Focus Sash, but of course, even though Flutter Mane is a Ghost type, Ursaluna, Blood Moon Ursaluna's signature ability makes it so that it can hit Ghost types with its normal type moves. Yeah, even though we got the special defense boost, that doesn't even end up mattering. Alright, so we're starting off 0-2. These battles have been rough. I think I need to switch over to playing good Pokemon again. I mean, I love Moltres and it's been doing well for me in testing, but like, things are just not going well. I'm really doing bad. Wait a minute. I mean, I doubt this changes anything, but we are going to survive a hit because we have Focus Sash. They are faster than us currently. We already got like 2 instances of hacks in this battle, but really the only chance we have here, I think, is hacks, right? I highly doubt Moonblast kills them. Huh. If I were Terra Fairy... How many more turns of Trick Room are there? Probably like 3. 2. I'm gonna Thunder Wave. I don't think Moonblast kills them. I mean, Ursaluna does have pretty low special defense. So I Paralyze here, and I mean, I'll have to check, I'll have to calc it. I know I always say that and I always forget, but I'll have to calc it after this to see if Moonblast would kill, because obviously if Moonblast kills here, I made a huge mistake, but I don't think it does. So they have Vacuum Wave, yeah. Which, the funny thing is we do resist that, but obviously it just doesn't matter because we're at 1 HP. All right, so we lose against a Trick Room team. Things were going really well for us, but I mean, maybe I should have, like, I think because when I personally use Cresselia, I like using the Calm Mind Stored Power set. So whenever I see a Cresselia, I typically expect that. And I think most often they are Trick Room with, and another clue to that is the fact that they had Ursaluna, so... off to a rough start here in the new season, but you know, it's okay. I've been having fun, and I'm happy that we got to show off some Moltres. I'm going to do one more battle, though. And while I'm at it, let's just calc. All right, I just calced it, and if their Ursaluna had 0 HP and 0 special defense EVs, which it definitely did not, but that's like the absolute lowest, like weakest their Ursaluna could be, my Flutter Mane's Moonblast would do 62 to 73% of their health. So basically there was no chance that I kill them. So that's good to know, at least. I played to my outs once again by paralyzing them and hoping for the hacks, which again, you know, you shouldn't really ever do that, but that was the only chance I had of winning. So we tried it. Maybe if I hadn't gotten the Moltres hacks early on, like the stat boost from Ancient Power and then the critical hit from Hurricane, then maybe I could have saved some of that hacks for fully paralyzing the Ursaluna. But that was fun. Let's go to game 3. Oh my god. Okay, well... I don't know what's going on here. My opponent has 4 Pokemon. I think they got the... or they didn't get the memo that you can play 6. And there are also 4 Pokemon you don't typically see. However, as I've probably mentioned several times before, I try not to underestimate teams before I play against them because that always ends badly. But, I mean, honestly, this doesn't look like a super scary team. I think I want to bring Flutter Mane because it's pretty decent against everything they have. And it has the Focus Sash. Something I'm afraid of is them potentially setting up with either Garchomp or Gyarados. Also, what's it called? Yanmega could be scary there. I don't know, do I bring Snorlax? Snorlax is tanky, but if they start setting up, it kind of doesn't matter. I think I bring it, and then Bundle... Bundle's okay as well, but if I bring these 3, Scizor could be a problem. So I kind of want to bring... I think I bring Moltres, yeah. Alright, we'll see. Maybe I didn't want to bring Snorlax in that case. We'll see. We'll see, everyone. I don't want them to get up Stealth Rock. But this could be a free win. Or it could cause me to resign because I'm so embarrassed from not only losing 3 battles in a row, but losing against a person with 4 Pokemon on their team. I don't know. We'll see what happens, everyone. Let's try to have some fun. So, yeah, I hope these battles were interesting. Well, I guess I can't say that until this one's over yet. But, you know, the first 2 battles, I did my best. You know, I think we played from behind on both of them. I still like Moltres. Like, I don't want this to be an indictment of Moltres' skill in the format, but it could just be that my team is not built to support, like, all of these Pokemon really well. Like, basically, I think I just need to build my teams better, which is typically the case. They lead Gyarados with Intimidate, which, of course, I'm not afraid of. Wonder if I just go Snorlax here. They could set up with Dragon Dance, or they could, like, sub or something. I could Taunt. I feel like in both cases, Taunt makes sense. I'm just going to Thunder Wave. This does mean Flutter Mane's Focus Sash is getting broken, but I think that's okay. And then I'll just spam Hex, basically. We're guaranteed to live any hit, so if they go for a strong, like, Waterfall or something, it's okay. See how much it does. Okay, it doesn't even take us down to our Sash, but I mean, it does a ton of damage. Let's just go Hex now. This should do a lot of damage, although Gyarados is pretty naturally tanky. Oh, they switch. Interesting. Well, all of their Pokemon take damage from Hex, so yeah. Alright, they go Scizor. What? Okay. Well, that was a crit. Okay. I was just surprised it did that much damage. I think another Hex should kill. Obviously, they're just going to go Bullet Punch. Well, if that's the case, let's go into Moltres. Let's show off Moltres again. Because, of course, Flutter Mane can be valuable against the rest of their team. Well, notably Garchomp or Gyarados, because it'll be faster than them. If they have Yanmega, they might have Speed Boost, which could be scary. But yeah, let's go into Moltres. We resist that. Kind of does a decent chunk, though. They have Life Orb. Okay. I'm just not going to mess around. Or should I mess around? I'm going to mess around. I'm going to go Ancient Power. Scizor just really struggles against, especially fire and flying types. Like, there's nothing in Scizor's move pool that's, like, great against fire and flying types. So I'm not that scared here. And they do switch. So if they go into Yanmega, I'm going to do massive damage. If they go back into Gyarados, I'm going to do a lot of damage. It hasn't taken damage, though, so that's a little rough. I kind of think I just Terrastalize my Moltres. Boosts? Whoa! Moltres is so good, everyone. All right, I'm so tempted to go Hurricane. But I definitely think I Terrastalize here. Because we don't want to waste these boosts, right? Oh, they have leftovers. Okay. So they're probably going to live another hit. I'm going to Terrastalize and go Hurricane. Because if we hit, we probably knock them out. And even if we don't, we might confuse them, which of course is great because they're already paralyzed. So we'll just see what happens here. And I think Terrastalizing, the worst case scenario is Terrastalizing. I mean, Terrastalizing Moltres is fine against Scizor. It's good against Gyarados. Honestly, not Terrastalizing is better against their other two Pokemon, Garchomp and Yanmega. So we'll see how this plays out. We missed the Hurricane, I guess, you know. You can't win them all, right? They're probably going to go for a water move. Yeah, they do. And it does very little, which reinforces the fact that they're probably tanky. But they don't have a switch into a +1 Hurricane, so I'm just going to click that until they're gone, right? Hopefully not miss all of them. Like, I know I've gotten some positive hacks in my favor in this video, but also I've been losing a lot, so, you know, throw me a break here. Anyways, I do get the knockout with the Hurricane, that's great. This does allow them to possibly go into their third Pokemon, which once again could be bad for my Moltres. But if it's Yanmega, I think I should take a hit from it and then probably just do a ton of damage back, so I'm not that scared. And it is Garchomp, which means I think the fact that I'm like at +1 special attack, like I'm pretty powerful, kind of forces them to do something here, which is good because it means that they're probably not going to go for Swords Dance, which means that Flutter Mane is good. I probably should... Well, we'll see what this does. I'm faster, though. Well, duh, I got the +1 speed boost. Okay. Oh, wow, they got greedy and went for Swords Dance. All right. I think I can afford to Flamethrower and knock them out. I don't want to risk missing Hurricane. And I was going to think to myself, like, oh, there's also a chance they might Terrastalize there, but... oh well. So this is great. So the reason I was a little hesitant like a few seconds ago is because I was thinking if I happen to lose Moltres, it's possible I could lose this battle because obviously Flutter Mane's really low. So, you know, if I like miss the Hurricane or something and then they knocked me out and they have like a Focus Sash or something, then Flutter Mane can't kill Garchomp and then, you know, Snorlax might have a tough time against it. But either way, we got through. And we're just going to finish them off with a Flamethrower. We're not going to mess around. You know, we'll take any win we can get at this point. But I love Scizor. Honestly, all the 4 Pokemon they had, even though they're like unconventional and you don't typically see them on teams, but especially you don't see them on teams together, they're actually 4 Pokemon that are pretty good. Like, Scizor is great. I think actually Scizor is in the top 10 most used Pokemon right now. I think mainly because of its Bullet Punch against like Flutter Mane and Chien-Pao, which is really good. And it's just versatile and really strong. Garchomp has a lot of potential. It has Scale Shot now. It's got Swords Dance. It's got Stealth Rock. You know, it has a lot of things going for it. Gyarados I've used several times in the past, and you know, I think it's a great Pokemon in the meta right now as well. It's tanky. It's got access to Dragon Dance. It has Intimidate. And then even Yanmega, I've actually tested with Yanmega and I like it. I actually might feature a team with it soon. But Yanmega is a Pokemon that's actually pretty decent as well, so surprisingly. So yeah, that's the games for today. My character was waving, you know, again, not the best array of games. I might have to use this team again in my next video. Let me know in the comments if you mind, like, if you want to see me use this team again, let me know, or if you'd rather I feature a new team next time, let me know as well. I would appreciate that because again, you know, we got to show off Moltres a little bit, and I do think Moltres is in a good position in the meta. It's just that I'm not sure that my team is properly built, and honestly, it might be the Snorlax. Like, Snorlax is a Pokemon that I absolutely love, but I found it feels like it's a little bit better on paper than in actual practice. Like, its stats look great, its typing is actually really good, and it's really, really tanky, and it also hits decently hard, but then when you play it in battles, sometimes it just feels like it's not as tanky as it looks like it would be. But either way, you know, I'm still having fun here, so, you know, we still have the rest of the month for the season, and then at the beginning of next month, we will have a brand new rule set with some new and returning Pokemon, which is extremely exciting. So I'm going to keep trying out new teams, you know, even though I've been losing a lot lately. I think a big reason for that is because I've been really trying to focus on like lesser used Pokemon like Moltres and stuff. And obviously they don't always work out perfectly well because, you know, everyone has Ursaluna on their team, everyone has Flutter Mane, everyone has, you know, Dragonite, right? So it is difficult to build a team that can account for all of those really strong threats, but I'm doing my best. So let me know in the comments what you think. If there's any Pokemon you'd like to see me try out, let me know. I'm always down to try out some new things. And I hope you have a wonderful day because you deserve it, and move! All right, thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.